shores are simply stunning. And it's breathtaking scenery like this that fuels our desire to live in a spectacular home by the sea.
We are lucky enough to be surrounded by a diverse and simply dazzling coastline, so it is no surprise that the British seaside holds such allure.
I'm Charlie Luxton, and over the past 2 summers I've experienced some of Britain's best coastal homes.
But I'm on a quest to find even more wonderful properties in wondrous locations around Britain's sparkling shoreline.
In this series, I'll open the doors of exquisite homes that combine fabulous interior design.
This is lovely, isn't it? Amazing furniture.
With breathtaking views.
Look at that guy, you really are right on the beach.
And cross paths with people lucky enough to call our epic coast home.
This is a serious bit of stonework, this.
It's the Matterhorn of dry stone wall.
My destination this week, the richly varied mercantile coast of northwest England, where modernist masterpieces bring American glamour to Merseyside.
Hollywood, the Wirral, it's sort of... No, but it works. I mean, it works beautifully.
Victorian hilltop hideaways are given magnificent makeovers. And stunning self-built mansions turn family plots into property gold.
A day like today, I mean, that's got to be a world-class view, hasn't it? Absolutely stunning.
Steeped in maritime history and famous for the wealth created around its impressive ports, the bustling stretch of coastline from the Wirral up past Liverpool has long been a place where the rich and powerful have come to live and play.
It's an area dominated by 3 river estuaries. The Ribble to the north, the Dee over there, and the mighty, mighty Mersey.
All these flow into the Irish Sea, which laps at a shoreline that exudes a subtle beauty, where vast beaches and tidal marshes merge into its fascinating urban core. This sweeping coastline spans 60 miles, a journey that takes in some of the biggest stretches of sand on Britain's shores.
But I'm heading for the city that has dominated this whole part of the coast for hundreds of years, Liverpool.
Ferrying me along the Mersey is the catamaran Discovery, one of a fleet of pleasure craft which takes tourists fishing and birdwatching from Liverpool's great docks.
It's been a trading port for centuries, one of the great cities of the British Empire, with a world-famous skyline, packed full of fascinating properties.
With the iconic Royal Liver building at its head, Liverpool's historic docks have a heritage that links them to some of the most famous ships ever to sail the 7 seas. Many have made their fortunes here, and just a short walk away from the water's edge, the rich shipping merchants built their elegant city homes.
Central Liverpool has the most incredible collection of late Georgian, Victorian buildings. It speaks of the great wealth of this city as all of the riches of the British Empire poured through the docks here. So, for example, this was the house of William Gladstone, 4 times the Prime Minister of Britain at the height of its empire. His father was clearly a wealthy man and had made all his money in the slave trade. Now, despite this unsavoury past, you can't help but be impressed by the quality of the architecture. I mean, just look at the lovely stained glass and the pattern in that fanlight. Even behind me here, it's a very plain front, but it's just got this lovely plasterwork portico in the middle around the door, and it draws your eye in with the railings running in. And I don't think enough people really understand the quality and beauty of the architecture that you find here in central Liverpool.
The first seaside home I've come to see has taken this devotion to quality to dizzying new levels. From Liverpool, I'm heading across the estuary to the Wirral Peninsula and the village of Cooldy. Merseyside was once a staging post for mass emigration to America, but I've come to visit a house of jaw-dropping beauty, which has made the reverse trip across the Atlantic. Might currently command views over the Irish Sea, but Rockmount was born in the USA.
Now that is my kind of building.
Sandwiched between two thin layers of concrete, its wafer-like structure of sandstone, glass and steel is a beautiful throwback to the swinging 60s. It's home to finance expert Kirsty Dunlap, who together with husband Shane spent more than a year refining their perfect transatlantic design.
It almost feels like you're on the very top of the Wirral here, you know, the highest point.
Yeah.
Is this the highest point of the peninsula?
Not far off, actually. Not far off. On top of a sandstone quarry ridge that runs through the middle of the house.
Ah, so this is what I'm seeing, these lovely cut shapes in the sort of the rock of the top of the hill.
There used to be an open cast quarry here for the sandstone.
And I suppose hence the name Rockmount. It
Yes,
sort
absolutely,
of sits right up here
on the top of the rock on top of the hill.
It's a beautiful construction, you know, this idea of the pavilion, almost kind of modernist American Californian pavilion sat on this lovely Cheshire sandstone base.
I mean, it was, yeah, but the American Hollywood houses were very much what we were thinking of when we thought we gave the architect the brief.
Hollywood, the Wirral, it's sort of, no, but it worked. I mean, it works beautifully.
Laid out like a crucifix, the house is divided into 4 distinct zones, with a 45-foot-long swimming pool integrated into the core design.
What was on the side?
A really beautiful hacienda-style monstrosity that had no views of the water whatsoever.
No views of the water?
Absolutely bonkers. There was a pitched roof above a swimming pool that meant that you couldn't see any of the sea at all.
Its stone and painted timber exterior are designed to merge into the Cooldy Hills, while the front thrusts boldly seaward, launching itself at the fabulous views.
This is great, isn't it, this wall? Really?
Really beautiful.
Inside, the cool Californian vibe is dialed up a notch further.
Oh, look at this. What a space. I'm kind of blown away by this. This is beautiful.
The front half of the main block is one huge open-plan area where, top-lit by a bold central skylight, the kitchen, dining and living spaces seamlessly combine with stylish sophistication.
And this is a wonderful space, and I like the fact that it's so stripped back and minimal, and it allows the furniture, these beautiful pieces of furniture, to kind of come forward and kind of really speak.
Well, that was the plan, to keep, you know, as simple as possible and just have a couple of pieces that really meant something to us.
There are lovely contrasts too. Pure white walls meet subtle splashes of colour, while a sunken vintage leather sofa softens the sharp edges that dominate the house's design.
But it's playful, isn't it? You know, you could say that modern architecture, like a lot of people think, is very serious and a bit muesli.
It makes you smile.
But this makes you smile, and I think you've got that balance really, really nicely.
At the opposite end of this sleek living rectangle is the family bathroom with a beautiful Iroko modesty screen. And identically sized kids' bedrooms helps keep the peace between their 4 children.
And I love the fact that all the kids have got exactly the same size rooms.
So there's no argument.
Just no argument.
Head across the glass walkway to an adjoining block, which houses Kirsty and Shane's office and bedroom. Designed so all have their own view, it's positioned to ensure that the family room has the best one.
I love the way that that corridor kind of brings you down and sort of fires you towards this incredible view at the end of the space. Actually, I think the trees really help make it, because it makes that bit seem all the more important.
Absolutely.
Focuses you out down the diagonal. I love those islands, that little ridge of land out there, and then the sandbanks out in the distance. There's a lot to look at.
Just amazing, different patterns.
Drawn to the plot by its stunning location, Kirsty and Shane have created something equally beautiful. A house that's as easy on the eye as any of the natural delights outside.
What I love about this house, obviously the design is very beautiful, but it really feels like a proper family home. It doesn't have the airs and graces of trying to be something it isn't.
We deliberately didn't want to live in a museum. It was definitely wanted to be a home with 4 kids and a cat and a dog. It just all fits together.
It's a very simple, beautiful container for family life to happen in. Very nice, beautiful, really beautiful. And just to think Liverpool is just,
I know, just
20 minutes that way. It's incredible.
Looking across the sea towards its American roots, Rockmount is a superb introduction to this vast, flat stretch of alluring coast. As I continue my journey, I'll be digging deeper into the Northwest's glorious architectural past.
It's quite a grand frontage, isn't it? I like the asymmetry.
And looking to its future with the couple whose self-built determination created this modern gem.
We wanted the perfect house, and we've ended up with something which is perfect for us.
I'm exploring the shore of northwest England, seeking out its most exciting coastal properties. So far, I've visited a magnificent modern marvel with spectacular views over the Irish Sea. I'm on the Wirral Peninsula, a finger of land between the huge Dee and Mersey estuaries, heading to the exclusive village of Heswall.
The Wirral overlooking the estuary here can be fiercely expensive. Sea views have a real premium, and properties can change hands for millions of pounds. But I'm about to meet a family who managed to get their dream seaside home in an affordable way. They built it themselves.
Adam and Claire Stapleton both grew up on this stretch of the coast, and their passion for the Dee estuary runs deep.
So what is it about the Wirral that you like?
I've grown up here, so I've never known anything else. I've never known what it's like to live in a city, but I've visited cities and I work in a city, and I always like to come home and be by the sea.
It's never really an option for us either to kind of move away, because all our family are here. We love the place, don't we?
Yeah.
So is it about your families as well as the place and the proximity to the sea?
Yeah, it was all of those things, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's always been an ambition of mine to build ever since a friend from work showed me what he managed to build for his money. I was like astonished. We had an opportunity to build our own home on Stapleton land, which was my grandfather and nan's land. And we've taken that opportunity and we've built our dream home.
We wanted the perfect house, and we've ended up with something which is perfect for us.
And you've done the build?
Yeah, we're done
it's
now.
Completed?
We're not building again.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, should we go and look at what you've done and what you've finished, the legacy?
Absolutely.
What a legacy Adam and Claire have created. With sharp twin gables towering over a full-width steel balcony, this smart mix of sandstone, render and Welsh slate is a house tailor-made to make the most of its elevated seaside panoramas.
Okay, so you've sort of hollowed out the middle of the house, so it's like a kind of giant view corridor, isn't it? A view tunnel. Wow, that is spectacular. you've made the most, haven't you, of this view with this wonderful double height space and the kind of the connection from the front door right through out there.
Yeah, that was the main thing. We wanted to walk through the front door and our eyes just lead through to the view.
But I can see why you wanted to build a house here. I mean, it's a fantastic location.
A labour of love, Adam built the house himself, including sourcing the handmade bricks for this epic double-height atrium. An oak cantilevered staircase heads up to a glazed bridge, while below a partially glass floor offers a novel means of parental supervision.
I like a glass floor. It's always good fun.
Yeah, 3 reasons. Now, 1, we can keep an eye on the kids because the kids downstairs got 2 bedrooms down there. See them running around. The other reason is because we've got the arch on the balcony. We didn't want it to be too dark down there.
Just sort of pinching a bit of light, pushing down the floor there.
And the main one, just liked it.
Yeah.
The main one is, we just wanted it.
Yeah.
Just thought it'd be nice.
Yeah, how can we get that in the house? And we managed it.
Built on his grandfather's former plant nursery, this stunning house took 2 years to complete, with Adam in charge at every stage. This hands-on approach meant they could take their time to get exactly what they wanted.
We spent evenings sitting there cutting out magazines, watching all the house build programmes and put all our ideas into the scrapbook, and then when we met with an architect we chatted with him, showed him what we liked, basically, and we've still got that now.
I've always been very hands-on. I thought, I can do this. Spoke to someone who built a similar house. He came, gave me a bit of a training session, and thought, I can do this. Got some good guys around me, and we built the main structure and just carried on.
But did you enjoy the process?
I massively enjoyed the job satisfaction. We're left with the family home that we're going to be buried here. We're going to enjoy it for the rest of our lives. The kids are going to enjoy it. So we've done our bit. We're going to kind of sit back and enjoy it.
Behind the calm, stylish interior,
Nice kitchen, big kitchen, wonderful. Again, that view, it's fantastic.
cutting-edge technology is working overtime here, and nowhere more so than in their master bedroom.
So ensuite, and then your bedroom. Dark in here, isn't it?
It is a bit, but we have a remote control for that.
And then there was light.
Yes.
That's amazing, isn't it? And then as those windows, just reveal that stunning view out over the estuary.
Another click towards the German-engineered windows, and there was air.
You don't even have to get out of bed to open the windows and smell the sort of the sea breeze. Lighting gadgets, don't you?
I do, yeah.
I've noticed you've even got a TV on the roof.
Yeah.
Is that the remote for the TV?
That's the remote for the remote control bath.
A remote control bath?
Yeah, because you can.
What does it do? Oh, it turns on. Can you set the temperature?
Temperature, flow, it'll run it to a
How
predetermined
do you
level.
put your hand underneath it and go, oh, that's warm enough?
It's
Already
already
does
set.
it. Set.
You set all of that.
You just have to make sure you put the plug in.
Yeah.
Otherwise the
Is there a
water's
remote
just
control
going to
plug?
keep running.
A house full of complexity, but it's still perhaps the simple things which make it such a treat.
It's just like having your own balcony, isn't it?
It is.
With a amazing panoramic view.
Set the challenge of finding a way to stay by the coast they grew up on, Claire and Adam have achieved it in spectacular style.
I think the fact that you managed to do all of this on your family's land is fantastic, but bring the latest technologies and the latest ideas to kind of perhaps sort of an old-fashioned idea of living next to you, living together in a group, which I think is a really nice kind of twist on that.
Well, I spent most of my childhood obviously living in a close-knit, near my family, and I enjoyed it. It did me well, so I wanted my children and my family to be close to each other.
I mean, I can see why you haven't kind of travelled too far, because on a day like today, I mean, that's got to be a world-class view, hasn't it? Absolutely stunning.
With its enchanting mix of tranquil seashore and relaxed way of living, the Wirral has long been a place where wealthy city dwellers have come seeking a better way of life. But a short distance across the peninsula is an extraordinary example of how one visionary philanthropist helped ordinary workers achieve something similar. I've come to Port Sunlight. The vision of a Victorian entrepreneur and soap magnate, William Lever, co-founder of the Unilever empire, whose desire to improve the welfare of his employees was at the heart of this development.
He built it because he wanted his workers to share in the wealth that they were creating for him and his business. Now, on one hand, it was very philanthropic, but on the other hand, he realised that happier, healthier workers made better, more productive workers. And growing out of ideas set out by the arts and crafts movement and garden suburbs, this is what he created. You have broad, tree-lined boulevards, space, light and air. You have to imagine, at the time, most people were living in dirty, crowded, unhealthy, grimy cities. This was the antithesis, the opposite. There was art galleries, there was socialist ideas about education, about health, about well-being. It was a radical concept of how we could live. Standing here on a beautiful, calm summer's evening, it's almost impossible to appreciate quite how radical the vision for this place really was.
Port Sunlight isn't the only place you'll find high ambitions stamped along this coast. Seeking the choicest views of this vast tidal landscape, many of the rich Victorian merchants who made their fortunes here realised the best plots were often to be had up high. So I've come to nearby West Kirby to meet business owners Emma and Andy Bounds, who've taken on one of the Wirral's finest 19th century villas and transformed it into a modern family home.
It's a really nice view with the kind of the foreshore and the town and then the mud flats. It's really nice to be kind of up and away from it slightly, isn't it?
It is, and it's always changing, or different times of day, different seasons. It's forever interesting.
And as locals, they've got more reason than most to appreciate the view.
So you used to live down there and you moved up the hill?
That's right.
Yeah.
So you sort of sat
We
down...
looked up from the
You looked up. One day, maybe we'll go up the hill.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Is it kind of weird looking down on where you used to live?
It was to start with, not really now. This is our house now.
Yeah.
Standing proudly on top of the hill, this burnished red brick home is a classic of Victorian virtue.
It's quite a grand frontage, isn't it? I like the asymmetry.
Later, I discovered that beyond the traditional facade lies a home that's been altered to suit modern family life.
There was a French door here,
Yeah.
and so we've raised it up so that wherever you are in there, you can see as much
Increase that
light as
connection.
possible.
And as I continue my tour of the Northwest's best homes by the sea, I meet some of the people who've been drawn to live here by its incredible natural beauty.
On a really, really big tide, the sea will come all the way into the road.
Okay, so
But
this
today we're okay.
Today we're, yeah, I've only got wellies up to here.
I'm in the northwest of England, exploring some fantastic seaside homes. It's a place where coast and conurbation have developed an irresistible mix. From the shore, I've come up the hill to the village of West Kirby, where the rich Victorian merchants built their mansions overlooking the sea. Emma and Andy Bounds have taken one of its best examples and given it a thoroughly modern twist. Inside, Andy and Emma have transported it from its former Victorian past, removing and altering dividing walls to create huge swathes of light and space.
What have you tried to do with the interiors? What was your inspiration? What was your thinking?
Texture, I love a mix of different textures, and I like sort of earthy colours and feeling. In the winter I can snuggle in, and in the summer it's like outside.
Light is good.
Yeah. Yes.
So anything that can make the windows bigger or knock holes in the wall so I can see big windows or anything like that is a good thing, particularly when we have this view.
Yeah.
You know, so I wanted everything to be facing that way if we could.
There's a beautiful proportion. I mean, the Victorians, the Georgians and then the Victorians did that stuff really well. The proportions of this room are beautiful, aren't they? The adjoining snug is more Scots than Scouse. A baronial mix of tartans and an heirloom from Emma's father's days as a concert pianist strikes the perfect note here, along with a hunting lodge-style chandelier.
Although it's all open in the evenings and in the winter, we can shut the door and, you know, it's like a...
Like that big
put your
fireplace.
smoking jackets on type of thing and have a nice grown-up drink by the fire. So that was the kind of vibe we were trying to create there.
Across the grand entrance hall, the kitchen is another area the couple have given more space to breathe.
There was a French door here, and so we've raised it up so that wherever you are in there, you can see as much.
Increase that connection, celebrate the height of the space.
That's right, but also keep the doors here. So say we've got a dinner party, do the cooking in here, then shut the doors and eat in there.
So you don't
Never
see it
wash the
washing
pans
up.
up.
That's right, it happens by
Very good. Very good thinking. I like that. Always good to make life lazy ways of appearing tidy. Nice and light, isn't it, in here?
Well, it is now that we've opened it up a bit more.
Upstairs, this family home boasts 6 bedrooms and 3 luxury bathrooms. There's also a private balcony reached from Andy and Emma's master suite, the perfect place to drink in the views.
Cup of tea, definitely.
I'll be mother. I'll be mother.
This is where we can come out in the morning and see that view.
Do you still smile when you come sort of drop down the hill into where you...
Oh yeah, I really like it, and it's nice as well when because a lot of my work is away from home, so I will go down to London or go up to Edinburgh or wherever it might be, and it's really nice just to come home because you're sort of coming home but you're sort of going on holiday. Yeah, that's cool.
I love the way Andy and Emma have given this Victorian house a sensitive makeover, tackling it room by room to create the home they longed for.
It does all the things that you would do in a house today, but it did them 140 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, big French doors, balcony view, you know, it's all here, isn't it?
Yeah, just trying to bring it up to date without destroying anything of what it was.
I think it's lovely. I think it's a beautiful house. And I really think what you've done to the inside is very sympathetic and just adds a little bit of magic dust and brings it up to date.
Cool. That's a bit of a relief.
Thank you.
It's a nice spot for a cup of tea, isn't it? It's really nice. Especially as the weather's like this all the time.
All the time. 365 days a year. Never rains in West Kirby.
Taking afternoon tea on a Victorian balcony is a timeless pleasure I could easily get used to. And with a wealth of historic gems all along the sweeping coast, there's plenty to choose from if you want a classic home of your own. Just up the coast, this ravishing slice of red brick Regency is one of the most attractive homes in Crosby. It comes with 4 bedrooms, 3 reception rooms and beautiful cottage garden. £279,000 could see you coming up roses. If the past's another country and you want a glimpse of the future, how about this 5-bedroom home in Heswall? With glazed balconies and elevated orangery, it offers crystal clear views out to the Irish Sea. It's yours for £799,950. Window cleaner not included. Set in its own secluded woodland, Roughlands is Merseyside bling at its best. This 5-bedroom mansion has 3 reception rooms, a stately dining room, and a shoe closet the size of a child's bedroom. And with beautiful gardens to die for, it's on offer for a heart-stopping £2 million. Dominated by the ebb and flow of its great tidal range, the Wirral section of this northwest coast can sometimes feel more like an island than a sandy peninsula. But I'm heading away from this remarkable estuary shoreline as my journey takes me north towards Southport. Second only to Liverpool as a major centre on this northwest coast, it's a frontier community that has had to adapt dramatically to its constantly shifting shore. Hidden 2 miles inland on its northern fringes is fascinating evidence of its recent watery past.
These humble little buildings here were built as shrimpers' cottages because originally the edge of the sea was just around here, running parallel with this street. If you just take a moment to look at where these little single-storied buildings were and strip away all of the later additions, you can imagine this as the kind of seashore with these little fishermen's huts dotted around, and out in front of you would have been the Ribble estuary. And what's so extraordinary about that is that the sea is now between 1 or 2 miles that way, because this piece of the coast is constantly changing.
The human connection to the seafront at Southport may have become more remote as its shoreline silted up, but it's still a place that's teeming with life. As the sea retreats and the mudflats take over, thousands of birds have colonised this pristine new landscape, making it home to one of the RSPB's most important wetland reserves. And I've come to meet a woman who's made her own migration, relocating from a home in Sussex to live and work here in her dream job as warden, Alex Piggott.
Hello, Alex.
Hi there.
I'm Charlie.
Hi.
So this is the office, is it?
Yeah, this is RSPB Marshside Reserve.
And so what have you got out here? What are we looking at? Obviously these are black-headed gulls, right?
Yeah, we've got a lot of black-headed gulls out here nesting. They like nesting in a colony. It's safety in numbers. They don't seem to get on with each other that well when they're in such close proximity. So they kind of argue with each other a lot.
They're a bit noisy, aren't they?
Fantastic noise, I love it.
What else have you got here?
So we've got some mallard ducklings were around. I think they're just out
yeah.
there. We've got some avocets as well.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
A black and white bird.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Very, very stunning.
Much
bird.
more sort of black and white pattern, and it's got that upturned beak.
This salt marsh nature reserve spreads out over 230 hectares, and such is the tidal range, it's sometimes completely submerged.
On a really, really big tide, like over 10 metres, the sea will come all the way into the road.
Okay, so this
but today we're okay.
Today I've only got wellies up to here. I mean, I have to peg it in a minute because I'm not.
No, don't worry. Today I've checked the tides. It's not until 2, and it's only about 9.4. So that'll only really fill the creeks, and it will flood part of the marsh, but this area where we are now will be dry.
One of Alex's key roles during the breeding season is to monitor arrivals and departures. And even though this is a flying visit, I'm here to help out.
We do the breeding bird survey. We walk a transect back and forth across the marsh all the way out. And we're recording everything that we see in terms of birds.
Right, okay, we better get going then. Oh, it's muddy, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It can get a bit slippery.
What do you like about this part of the world?
I mean, working here is fantastic. I love the reserve that I work on, and it's really nice having both the salt marsh and the freshwater marsh. And just, I mean, there are days like today, being out here doing the breeding bird survey, I have to pinch myself that I get paid to do this. You know, it's a fantastic job.
We've got some geese coming in here they're going away.
They're going away from us,
At 9 o'clock. Oh, over there, what's that?
Skylark coming across.
Skylark. It's quite a nice little
got
bird.
food.
Yeah, it's got food.
Carrying food. So obviously, if it's carrying food, you know that you've definitely got a bird nesting out there. It's got young somewhere in this area. So we just need to be aware that there might be some nests around here.
So don't tread on the nest.
The research Alex is doing is helping to build up a picture of how successful the habitat is at supporting endangered birds. Something she's wanted to do since her early days in college.
I really get a sense that you love it out here, don't you?
Oh, it's fantastic. When you're out here and you're the only person out here just listening to the sound of the skylarks, And the subtle changes in the landscape as well. I mean, as you're walking through, when you're looking at it now, it just looks completely flat.
Uniform.
Yeah, yeah. But as you walk out there, you see, as we get closer to the sea, the vegetation changes, the creeks get wider, they get deeper. Who couldn't love it, really?
As I continue my way around this coast, I head to a mansion that's perfectly pitched on the edge of one of the world's top golf courses.
Those are the pair of binoculars, you can see them teeing off during the
You
open.
see them teeing off, you can hear the roar when they get close, you can see everything from here.
And motivated by the beautiful landscape and inspiring art installations, I'll design my own home on the edge of this sandy shore.
Just over there in the dunes, there is a fantastic old pumping station which could make an amazing home by the sea.
I'm on the last leg of my fascinating journey along the northwest coast of England, fanning out from the magnificent port city of Liverpool. Steal away from its urban centres and it's another place, full of magical, almost ethereal beauty. And if I could create my own home on this endless golden shoreline, it would be here in Crosby, a place where the unique landscape already doubles up as a canvas for bold artistic design.
Now this might not be a coastline of towering cliffs and crashing waves. It's much subtler than that. But if you like vast expanses of tidal beaches and beautiful sand dunes, then this is for you. And perhaps what's so amazing about it is that you can be standing in a kind of semi-wilderness like this, and literally 5 or 10 minutes that way, you are in the middle of a big major city in Liverpool. And this is actually a place called Waterloo, with these incredible Anthony Gormley sculptures. And just over there in the dunes, there is a fantastic old pumping station which could make an amazing home by the sea.
It's not often I start from such humble raw materials, but such an ugly lump of bricks and mortar only go to sharpen my desire to give this stunning location the building it truly deserves.
What I really like is as you look down the dunes, you get this lovely kind of folding and this kind of crimple, this kind of ridges and troughs, and also looking out over the gables of these houses. And I think there's something you could do quite beautifully with a whole series of ridges and troughs kind of floating off the top of this kind of heavy base that would sort of anchor it down.
I'd work up some of those buttresses to create chimneys and disguise the existing block with rough cast render. And above that, a multi-gabled floating roof above a newly created upper floor.
And you had your sitting room and your kitchen and your main space up here on first floor. You look across and you just get beautiful glimpses through to this wonderful sandy beach and those fantastically haunting Gormley figures that are themselves being reclaimed by the sand out on the beachfront here. There's something quite poetic about that.
The gables would be of varying thickness, providing the roofline with texture. And I'd strip away the retaining walls, allowing the sand to swirl around the lower floor. Eventually, it would merge into the grassy dunes that surround it, a home in harmony with its environment, from its roof to its base.
So I think this is a pretty nuts house, but much like this part of the world is this slightly undiscovered kind of gem. I think this house could be like that, sitting amongst the dunes. It's like a little metaphor for the wider area, and I think it could be a very interesting place to live indeed.
Home on my journey, I'm heading a few miles north to a hallowed patch of grass and sand worshipped by some of the most famous names on the planet. The Royal Berkshire Birkdale Golf Club has staged the Men's Open Championship 9 times, and its stylish Art Deco HQ has plenty of architectural panache. But a short drive across the road is the astonishing mansion known as Manderlay. A unique Canadian kit home that was the first flat-pack design of its type to be built in Britain. And as I'm about to find out from owner and golfing fanatic Antoinette Cunningham and her partner Les Williams, it's far from just a pretty facade.
Antoinette, hello, very nice to meet you. Hello, Les.
Come in.
Thank you very much.
A picture of serenity at the front. Inside is like stepping into a woody wonderland.
Now that is very unexpected. This is almost like a kind of chameleon house, isn't it? From the outside, it's just not what you expect on the inside at all. Les, what kind of reaction do you get from people when they come through the front door? Is it sort of similar to mine?
Amazement, absolute amazement.
Incredibly, this post and beam kit house took just 6 weeks to erect. Both timber and workforce were shipped across the Atlantic and the crew lived on site, while property developer Antoinette, who grew up in Holland, supervised each stage of the build.
I really like the sarking board under the roof. I really like that.
Yeah, we particularly like the cathedral roof. We didn't want to fill that in. That is just part of the house. And it just looks amazing at night. It's just fantastic.
When you light the kind of the beams and you see all the different structure coming through. But why? Why did you want to do a Canadian house?
I think it's different. It's got warmth to it. And we just wanted something very different and not a conventional sort of bricks and mortar house.
A huge inglenook fireplace dominates the downstairs space, while the eclectic furnishings mix fire and ice. Part alpine ski lodge, part African safari tent. Upstairs, the sense of theatre continues with a minstrel's gallery leading off to the 5 bedrooms.
And it is a very interesting sense of space in here, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, the house is just airy, isn't it? You know, you mentioned about over the top of the bedrooms here, all open and down, and the lounge, and it's just lovely and comfortable. And through the winter time, through the summertime, the house is warm in the winter time, cool in the summertime, and it's just a wonderful house to live in, and to relax, it's total relaxation.
And you get this sense of drama because of the lack of,
very much
because of
so.
these holes through here and here. You sort of get, you know, there is a sense of scale to it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, openness.
So, yeah, it is actually, but still all the areas are cosy. And then you've got the curve in there, which looks a bit different. We had those made.
And you've got this lovely balcony right across the front.
With the terrific views.
Both regulars at Birkdale, Les plays off a handicap of 11 and Antoinette of 26. So this serves as a perfect viewing platform to pick up some tips.
I mean, it's only really when you get up here that you get a sense of the sea view and just how close the sea is.
Yes, it is wonderful, isn't it? The beach is just there. You can just see the sand.
Yeah.
That's when the tide is out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Royal Birkdale, the clubhouse, is over there.
When the whole thing's kicking off, I suppose with a pair of binoculars, you can see them teeing off during the
You can see them teeing off. You can see them hitting their shots into the greens, into the pins. You hear the roar when they get close. You can see everything from here. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. And then that view is really beautiful. I mean, I love the kind of the shapes of the sand dunes out to the sea. Really nice.
Completed in 1988, Manderlay grew out of an existing stone bungalow, parts of which remain at the back of the house, including an updated kitchen which leads to a well above par secluded garden. The ideal place for celebrating success on the greens.
Party house. Everybody enjoys coming here for the parties. We got the hot tub area there and the entertaining area over there as well as out in the garden, and also the dining area here, so it's perfect for it.
This house is full of surprises, I tell you. Not one area really is the same as the other.
Well, thank you very much for letting me have a look around, and may you continue to enjoy it.
It's been lovely
sure you will.
Cheers.
Finishing my trip here in the opulent surroundings of Manderlay sums up much of what this beautiful northwest coast has to offer. Stunning homes in the middle of an internationally acclaimed coastline, which somehow manages to fuse urban excitement with nature's calm.
This has been an unexpected pleasure for me because I had no real sense of what this part of our coast was like. In fact, in many ways, I had no real sense that it existed at all. And while I haven't found picturesque fishing harbours, towering cliffs and crashing waves, what I have found is a real sense of space, of solitude and sanctuary, which, given how close we are to Liverpool just down there and to the big cities of the north, is quite incredible and explains why, for so many people, this area is so highly cherished.
So if you have a fantastic home by the sea or are currently building or renovating one and you'd like us to know about it, visit channel4.com/take part for more information.